Okay, welcome back, everyone, for another episode of Tech Talk on a Tuesday. We just had one, actually, 30 minutes ago. But Ted, was kind enough to wake up, and we had some time zone difficulties, but we're here with the wave genius himself to talk NFTs. So, how are you, Ted? And who are you? And do you want to give us a quick introduction?
Hi, I'm Ted Guhab. I'm from Alien Worlds, and I'm basically one of the craziest NFT investors in the game. I sling thousands of dollars on NFTs every day, trying to make a lot of money, which I do. But if you don't know me, I've been around since Series 1, but just recently I got into Uplift Series 1 because it's so undervalued. I mean, literally, you can buy these packs and break even every single time. It's like it's unbelievable. And then plus, if you get a legendary, you got a couple $100. So I decided one day just to invest a lot of money into the packs, and just open a lot of them. And every single time you get ether power, you get awesome cards. And my goal from opening all these packs, these 300 packs, was to get the collector's edition legendary. Basically, to make a long story short, M Blue heard about my quest to get just one legendary collector's edition, which are very, very valuable and have a lot of history. Instead of me getting one from my quest, he gave me the first mint. He gave it to me, the first mint. So I was really happy that he did that. And so I went on a mission to get 2 and then 3. So I ended up getting the second one a couple days ago by opening 150 packs, and then another 150 packs. I got the third one. I got really lucky. There's 25 legendaries, so to get all 25 in all those packs is really hard, really hard. So I ended up getting Mint 3, and Mint 3 apparently is like the chosen number of Uplift in terms of collectability. I don't know why. If you can, so Jimmy, do you know why that's the
case? I don't know why either. Actually, I didn't actually think about that very much. I don't know, but I wonder if it's like, I don't think it's a mint thing, because I think like all of the mints were probably the same. But I wonder if it's just a number thing from N Blue. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to search that out.
Yeah, I was watching an interview from last year, from like November of last year on the website, and then they're talking about how they were going after Mint 3 of all the big cards of Uplift. So,
I wonder if the reason might have something to do with like if it was just a collector, and like it's going to be pretty hard to get Mint 1 of everything, right? Because a lot of people won't want to part with it, and so maybe they figured like Mint 3 was something to aim for. That's my guess, but I'm not sure.
But like if you look at the price action of Mint 3s for Uplift, people pay huge amounts for Mint 3. So yeah, it's like it's really bizarre. I don't know why. I mean, I just heard about it in an interview. M Blue was talking about Mint 3, so I was like, maybe I should get Mint 3. So I got Mint 3.
Nice. I like it. Yeah, this is actually the first time we've met, because I kind of saw that. Like, I saw you pop into the Uplift art channel, and you were just like, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I thought it was really interesting, because I actually didn't know really who you were. All I knew at that time was like, beside your thing, that you were like, a big collector of like Bitcoin Origins, a few other things. And I saw you, put out the orders for, what you wanted to get, and go on this like 2-day, major kind of search and destroy mission to like find everything that was out there, not even on the market, but just in various people's wallets. And how you were gonna, they were like, where are they? I don't know. Like, maybe these people haven't really checked your account.
Yeah, they're really hard to find. Do you know that half the accounts of these owners, they haven't been online in months?
Yeah,
because they probably bought 2 packs and then stopped collecting. I literally can't contact these people. I was like, I need a Times Up really bad. Yeah. You know how much I paid for Times Up? I paid $1,500.
Yeah, that's nuts. So, and you were saying like, so you've got the so you've got the collection now. You've got it twice, right? If I'm
Three
if I'm
times.
correct.
3 times.
You got it three. So did you burn one of them to get the MP3 music file?
Yeah, I burned one, and I actually burned two. I burned two of them.
Okay, so yeah, that must have been pretty slick because I don't think there's very many of those out there actually at all.
No, I mean there's 6 short prints. There's 6 short prints that I'm aware of that are really short printed. Okay, like literally they're so impossible to pull. I open like 300 packs. I have everything but 5. Okay,
Oh, that's awesome.
so I know what the short prints are. So if I ever see them again, I'm probably gonna go there and buy them just because they're short printed. So there's Time's Up. There's Kite Boy. There's You Are the One. There's My Bitcoin Bull, and starts with a P. Perception. Yeah, those are the 5 short prints. They are really difficult. So if you want to go on a quest to complete one of these incredible Holy Grail cards, it's not going to be easy because they're mostly burned. Like I got 3 of them, and I think that's all it's going to be. Is going to be 3 of them. So.
Right. Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to me. So, what is it about? Because I'm kind of curious always to know what other people think, and I don't know how much you know about me, but like I was with M Blue back when we were doing the whole charity thing with Uplift Nation, and then that kind of got ported into Uplift Art, and then I decided to help him out. He asked if I wanted to come help him out with some writing and promo and stuff like that. With this new endeavor. So like for me, what speaks to me is more the charity aspect and the ability to be able to kind of do what we want to do. And of course, now I run this show with Corey. And then when Corey, and then Blue got together and they did their music video and then the whole Uplift thing. So like I'm kind of sitting in a weird position, like looking at like how all of this has come together. Not necessarily from a collector point of view, but what is it to you? That speaks to you specifically about like Uplift Art. Like you said, a couple things that I kind of want to hone in on. So number one, you're a collector, but you're also, in a way, from what I see it, you're in it for the money, but you're also in it for the joy of being a collector, right? And
I like collecting huge, amazing cards. I love owning them, and like these 3 cards are like the best card in my collection easily because. If you've seen the none of these have ever sold. The legendaries have never sold before because they're so rare. But the epics and the commons and the rares have sold. So if you do comparison between the rares and the value of the rares and the value of legendaries, the first mint is probably worth almost $250,000 because based on the value of the rares that sold and the epics that sold, like the epic sold for 5,000, like second mint, not first mint. So if you do comparison in value, like these 3 cards that I have are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But it's not because of the value. You get airdrops from them.
right.
So it's like you hold on to these cards, you get airdrop cards. So I'm gonna hold on to them. I'm not gonna sell them. My investment is really low, plus the first mint was given to me, so I don't need to sell them. I'm never gonna sell these cards.
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing I think that was pioneered in the Uplift Art, especially. I don't think it's actually ever been done before. I could be wrong. I mean, you're more of a pro than me, but the idea of this Genesis NFT that provides random drops of goodness, throughout the lifetime of the NFT, it in a way it's almost like a premium membership, right? Like it's this membership that like you get the benefits to. And then of course now with our planet coming along and actually giving Uplift Art and Uplift Nation and all of these other Uplift Art and the Uplift World and all of these other projects, NFTs like staking for Aether value, like that's another huge kind of like
this is I'm here because I invested because I know that Uplift World is going to be really big. I know it's going to be really big. So if I have the original series cards of the Holy Grail original series cards, I'm just going to hold on to them because like say this becomes like really, really, really big. I mean, you have Our Planet Lands, which are going crazy. You have Alien World is who's going to be doing this too, is involved in the project too. There's like, it's going to be really big. So I mean, if it starts hitting the mainstream and I have these amazing cards, the value of the cards is going to go to the roof. It's not really the value of the cards I'm talking about. It's the entire prestige. It's like these are prestigious cards. And
Yeah.
owning them is really prestigious. So I'm like, when M Blue gave me the first mint, I was like, I gotta get a second and third. He gave it to me because I was
Yeah, I
like,
know. That's awesome. I saw that. I saw that go down, and I saw that happen. I was in the Telegram, and this is why I love M Blue, because like I think I can't speak for him, but I think what he saw is he saw somebody come in and working so hard for like basically. I think you were in there like busting it for like 12 hours or something, and you were doing good. You kept popping in. You were so excited, and then like I was so happy for you. You know, a few hours later when M Blue is just like, hey man, like yeah, I appreciate everything you do for the space, and I appreciate you, Ted, and here you are, and that like made me smile, right? Like I think
you know the history of this card. This card, Have you just look at the history of the card? He got minted, and then he was given to Wealth Health. I think that's his name. It was given to him because he bid second highest bid on the one of the auctions, and he didn't win the cards. He got second place, so he was given this card as a gift, just because he was trying to win the auction or the whatever I think it was the Tiamo, I think it was.
right.
He was trying to win that, and he got second place. So he was given this card as a gift, and then this card is given from Wealth Health to Uplift Art. So and then it was given to me. So it's been given away like 3 times.
Awesome.
There's a lot of prestige in this card. I mean,
yeah, that's really awesome. So, yeah. So you like it's interesting that you touch on that, right? Like, because for me, the value for me of Uplift is I like the combination of usability between music and art.
It's like the first NFT music NFT, right? This is the first one.
Yeah. And so
it's got I know there was promos released before that.
Let me see if I can pull it
music NFTs. And this is the first complete like major set that has music NFTs. So
yeah, and I think like just that idea of putting the first music video in a sense on the blockchain was brilliant.
Yeah,
just wait till you see what we got coming up next, Ted. I mean, you're gonna lose your mind when you figure out what's gonna happen. I can drop a couple hints here, but I can't say it too clearly. But essentially, if you know what's happening with Yoshi Drops, everyone go check out yoshidrops.com. Yoshi Drops is the website is there, it's up, and it's going to be awesome. We're paired with our good friend Yoshi, who is going to basically be putting some music and art out there into the world, and all of the proceeds, well, not all of them, but the majority of the proceeds, because as you know, Uplift Art, we do a lot of things for charity, different charities around the world. We're going to be partnering with carbonfund.org, and the goal is by 2023 to, I think, plant 1 million trees. And I think we're going to blow that out of the water, to be honest, right? Wax is on a bit of a kick right now, internally about being basically a carbon zero blockchain, because it's the way that it's set up, it's not mineable. You don't need to, mine the transactions like you do with Bitcoin or with Ethereum. And so it's already basically carbon neutral. And now with the ability to be able to partner with carbonfund.org and actually plant trees, we're actually going to be carbon negative, right? So we're actually going to be locking up carbon, which is going to be awesome. And so we're partnering with Yoshi, which, I'm not going to tell Yoshi's story. It's out there in fragments if you want to find it. But he's just an amazing human being who does amazing things. And he's a really good, producer. And so we're going to create this Yoshi Drop series. And there's going to be a mechanism that's eventually going to roll out that's going to partner artists with musicians as well. So there's going to be all this collaborative effort in order to, basically regreen the planet. There's going to be a preemptive kicked off to that, which is the details are not released yet, and I'm not going to do it yet because I'm still working on the press release for it. But it's going to be a joint collaboration with Generios as well, on another NFT that that NBlue has created. And General EOS is partnering with a different carbon sink organization because this is something that they're really passionate about. So like we've got these things that are coming out that I think are really going to like drop this into the mainstream. Like once people start seeing the beyond, because we're doing a lot of good with Haitian roots and things like that as well, but once people start seeing different mechanisms of good for different causes that they can support, I think, like you said, Ted, the value of some of these older assets that people are holding, like yourself, is just going to go like through the moon, right? Because it makes sense that like people haven't seen these videos yet. They a lot of people out there in the broader crypto space that haven't seen my Bitcoin bubble, right? Like they haven't seen like I'm not the bubble, sorry, my Bitcoin bull. They haven't seen I'm not the bubble, right? Like Mr. Spaceman, that was a whole thing, right? The Tiamo drop, all these things were really cool. So I kind of dropped that, but where I was kind of porting towards is so I know you're big into alien worlds. I'd like to hear a little bit more about that. What's your connection there? What value do you see in it? And also, I'd like to, I'm kind of wondering, are you only a wax person, or do you dabble in NFTs across other blockchains as well?
I do mostly wax. I do a little bit of NBA Top Shots, but not much. I have one card of Lamelo, which is a rare, which is worth like a couple $1,000s, but that's it. I haven't really done much in Ethereum at all. Most of it's wax because wax is so easy. It's like you buy it, and it's like in seconds you have it. Like when I have to move Bitcoin or Ethereum around, it takes like forever. So when I want to buy something on a wax, it's like boom, like that. So I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And plus, the Ethereum stuff is really expensive, like super expensive. I'm not like into like spend like those weird like little pixelated things. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's some cool art out there, and I think there'll be some cool artists. But yeah. So, did you participate in the legend in the legend drop that recently happened?
I didn't know about it actually because I was really late, so I didn't know about it. But I heard people did really well with it. So
yeah, I mean, like there were some glitches and there were some angry community members, but like we did what we always do, and we gave like at least 10 more times value than what people were expecting, in my personal opinion. There were some people that were upset that they didn't get the asset.
There was a story about a guy his daughter bought a card, one of the cards, for $2, and then she sold for $400, and I was like, really?
That's crazy.
What is this? Is this like an uplift thing? I was like, I don't know what it was. I just like literally I just heard about it like recently. I didn't until it came out. I didn't even know about it. So
yeah, well, it's going to be really interesting. It was kind of their test case to see if their system works, and they did something that we're not used to so much on wax. I mean, you're an old school guy, so you'll probably remember back in the days when wax first kicked it off, when people were actually buying with fiat instead of wax, and the problems with credit cards and things like that, the system going down. So I think Legends working more that angle of things, and they've got some pretty good partners and things I think lined up in the future. So yeah, and David, just shout out to David. I didn't realize this, David. I didn't see the message until it was too late. But we were live on the stream earlier, and Nick was on, which was good because he jumped on. But Corey got tied up and he was off doing whatever, and we couldn't get a hold of you, Ted. Which I understand now why, and no harm done because we're here now, so that's good. But David actually also offered to drop on, and yeah, sure, David. Like we would love to have you on sometime. Please reach out on Telegram. Like it'd be really cool. So, Alien Worlds. How did you get into Alien Worlds?
I literally started. Well, things though, I got in during the actual pack release in like October of last year, and no one really knew what it was. I didn't know what it was either, but I bought the packs, so I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden, the land packs started going crazy. They released land packs in November, I think, and they started going crazy. Like I was like, people would drop $40 on the packs and then sell them for $200, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. So I figured it was really bullish, so I figured I would join the game when it starts. I started the second day it released, and then I was hooked right away. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm getting all this free stuff!" And like in the first week, I got like two $500 NFTs. At the time, they were worth 500 at the time. Now they're worth like 5,000 right now. But I would pick up these NFTs just by mining, just by clicking on a button on Alien Worlds, and I was like, I get all this trillium and all this stuff that I can turn into wax, and I was like, sweet, free stuff just for like clicking a button, right? And then fast forward like 2 months later, it started to explode. I joined the team like 2 weeks before it started to explode. Like literally 2 weeks before it started to go completely crazy. Like it was maybe 8,000 users at the time that when I worked for Alien Worlds. So I started only 8,000 people. And now there's like 400,000 people on a daily basis. So I'm not saying I helped the explosion, but I was part of it. I was part of the team, and I got 1.5 million trillium just for working on the project. And as you know, it's worth like 60 cents now.
Yeah.
And when I got the trillium, it was only worth like less than half a cent. Like it was like actually half a cent. That's how much it was worth. So that's how early I was really early. I'm talking like Steve Jobs in the garage. Like, hey, Steve Jobs, do you need help with your Apple One computers? Like that was like what it was like. That's how early I was. So
yeah, I mean, and that team, has been doing amazing things, individually before Alien Worlds. Like we've had Michael on the show a couple times, and he's helped out with a couple projects that, I'm involved in, and I have a lot of respect for what he's trying to do. My favorite thing about like what they're doing is they're basically, gamifying DACs or they're DACifying games. I'm not really sure how you would say that, but I really like that they're putting that into a test case. And hats off to Sato as well. Like Sato, we've had her on the show a couple times as well, and she's just like an amazing person. And I mean, I've heard through the grapevine that part of the tokenomics value has been due to her reaching out there, like getting it onto Binance, like doing all of these incredible things. Right,
getting on the Binance was a big deal. That's what caused the explosion of Alien Wars. Yeah. Like the visibility and the amount of just the value of the trillium went through the roof. I mean, it was literally like barely half a cent, and now it's like 60 cents. So
yeah, and unlike you, I actually didn't participate in that early Alien Worlds auction. The Dutch auction, I wasn't a part of it, and then I there's so many projects out there that like I just I love, but I sometimes it's a time thing. Sometimes it's a money thing, right? Like sometimes I am there at the right time with the right amount of money, and I still can't get through the door. I mean, like Bitcoin Origins is a really good example, right? Like that's a really like those things sell out like mad, right?
Yeah.
Recently, I think the Horrors, their new release went out super quick. I know like Art Vending Machine, which just recently came out, which has affiliation.
That sold out in seconds too. Yeah,
it sold out in like 4 seconds. So I just want to know, like, so I'm sure that you're a fan of a bunch of different NFTs for different reasons. I'm guessing that you don't just, I mean, it's possible, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm guessing that you just don't throw money at every single NFT. I'm guessing that, like, you
pretty close to it. I do.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah. So like, what makes a good NFT project? Like, what makes a bad one? Like, you don't have to call them out directly if you don't want to, but like, if you,
I don't
yeah,
I don't like overproduced stuff. Like Street Fighter was kind of, didn't touch Street Fighter at all.
There's a lot of
Topps Baseball. I got really into, even though it was a huge release, because the packs went from 900 to 1,000. I bought like 50 packs at like a 900 to 1,000 a piece. I bought so many of them. And then what else? I bought Metaphors. Metaphors packs went from like 25 to 300, I think, or 25 to 250. Like everything that's coming out has gone from like $20 to like $200. So why not just throw your money at it, see if you can get any packs, and then If you don't get any packs, go in the secondary market and then buy the packs there. But I basically observe what happens on the secondary market seconds after the release. If I see something bullish, I go in there and I buy it. And like the metaphors I did really well with, and the vending machine, the art vending machine, did really well with that too. But I'm not saying get into every single release, but just make sure you know what you're doing. And like if you can't get the first ones, the secondary market will dictate what's going to happen. So just wait a few minutes to see how it starts to develop on the secondary market. And it's just going like start spiking up like this, then get in there before it goes like crazy. Like some of these packs like go crazy. Like the MLB packs went crazy.
Yeah, it was like I think it was a day, and they had already like flipped to like 1,500 or something, right? Like, I mean, yeah, we're really early days, and I'm not like necessarily an NFT, collector. Mostly because I don't have time to research all of these projects and see what they're doing, and I try to, support the projects that I have a feeling the teams are solid and they're doing really cool new like interesting things. That's me, right? But I do like a lot of other things in the space as well. So like I think if you're full on NFT, I do have friends that might be in the same boat as you. Like, so do you do other things in crypto, or is your life mostly NFTs? Like
NFT trading. I used to be a day trader. I used to day trade Tesla all the time.
Right.
I used to day trade Tesla, like ETFs and stuff like that. But it wasn't lucrative. Not as lucrative as this. This is way lucrative. I mean, I'm turning like little amounts of money into huge amounts of money like, every day. It's amazing. And I focus on trading. Basically what I do is I identify packs which are undervalued, like Uplift Art. Like Series 1 is so undervalued. Every time you buy a pack, you break even. And you get ether power. So I mean, why not keep trying until you get something really big? So it's like I identify packs which are so undervalued that you can buy in quantity, and then later they rocket, and the cards rocket too, and I can sell them. The most important thing though is ether power. If these cards are stakeable on our planet, then they're automatic buys.
Yeah, I think what Aether did was really incredible, and I kind of dropped the ball on Aether as well. Like Corey is a massive. I don't know if you have a chance to talk to him in the Telegram channel, but it's kind of a shame that he couldn't come, and we'll definitely have to have you on again, maybe for a roundtable or something. Talking about NFT speculation and trading and value, because I think that would make a really cool episode. But yeah, he calls himself an Aether, our planet degen. And it makes sense, right? Like if you look at the value that they've provided to all of these pre-existing NFTs, like it's nuts. Like I don't know if this is really something that should be quoted because I'm kind of talking out of my ass here, but to me, what they've done with NFTs, I'd put them alongside, Atomic Hub, because Atomic Hub is brilliant, and I would put them alongside for what Binance has done for crypto in general, right? They're at the top of their game. They're providing value. They're looking at what nobody else has done, and probably within 2 or 3 years, everyone else will be trying to do. Like that's like kind of
if you invested in Ether Power right now, I'm making like $500-600 a day just for owning cards and then staking them. That's amazing. You keep the cards, you stake them, and then you can look at them, but they have a lot of value on in terms of ether power. And then you have 100,000. If you have 100,000 ether power per hour, you're making $600 a day, which I'm doing right now. So and you can take that money and you can put it back into more NFTs, and then blah 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 blah. It's like our planet is amazing. I love our planet. The packs are amazing. When I open element packs all the time. And I did really well with those. Those are amazing.
Element are you one of these? Are you playing the generation game on like the generator? You're generating elements and stuff as well. Yeah. So how do you find that? Because like that's super
existing
fun,
already made NFTs and then you take the formula and you go on the Our Planet website. No, I forget the name. There's a website where you can generate huge like elements for like without much work, with just clicking a button instead of like gathering everything. Just click a button.
The pig wiggly. It's not pig wiggly, but I always say pig wiggly. Pig wiggle. Like that contract that he made was amazing, right? Like that. One where it generates, you just tell them what you want and then it just goes through the list and makes everything.
Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I know I'm not sure about this one, but are you in? I mean, you're an uplift arter, so you're definitely an uplift. But I'm curious, like, have you dabbled in the uplift world game? Because I'm not sure if I know the answer to that question.
I need to learn more about it. I know. Okay. I basically Alien Worlds has an interest in it too. Has a large plot of land on that. So they're gonna launch something soon with Uplift World. So I need to learn about it, but I don't know much about the game at all.
Well, I'm glad you spelled that, not me. Yeah, we're definitely big fans of what the future collaboration between Alien Worlds can do. You know what we haven't done yet, though, Ted, and we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to go in and we're gonna have to do some gratitudes, because that's what we do on this show. Now I'm gonna give you a bit of a choice, because I'm in London here, and this is kind of my my personal plot type of London sanctuary. Oh, that's not good. Because I just fell. My computer's sometimes a little bit slow. But yeah, so I'm thinking what we should do maybe is we should go over to the, I don't know. You're a big fan of uplift art, and I kind of hinted at the fact that we're gonna go to. Let's go over to Genesis, actually, and we'll drop a gratitude over there, because I think that what's going to come from Gener EOS is going to be really cool, and I always like to go over there and drop some stuff. I'm on my private plot. So let's do this. Go over here, and hopefully this takes me to where I need to be. Yeah, I mean, so the chicken caw sale is kind of happening right now. This is my home, Ted. Oh, wow. Over kind of my home. It's not really my home, but over in the Genesis server, there is a bunch of different projects, and this is basically the Gener EOS land that I've been, helping them to manage, and we've done some really cool creative things. And sorry, I'm having keyboard mouse difficulties here. And yeah, so we're doing some really kind of fun stuff. And this is the Gener EOS. This is Gener EOS mounting, which I kind of built block by block with the help of our good friend Uplift Greg, who helped me get the dimensions right. And as I said, we're gonna be doing this really cool collaboration with Uplift Art and Gener EOS. That's going to be basically called Generosity, and we're going to do some really cool things. So yeah, hopefully people are excited about this, because it's two causes that we're both really big fans of, and it looks like maybe Yeah.
detail.
So this is my mountain. This is a creative mode, right? So you can come in and you can, make whatever blocks. The economy doesn't really exist in the same way that it does for other worlds, I guess. The economy for the other. What am I trying to say here? Sorry, I know what I'm trying to say. The economy for the other worlds is slightly different, as it will be based on trade and barter, but that doesn't really affect itself in the gratitude. Sorry, in the Genesis server, because the Genesis server is creative, and you can't let that economy go back and forth. So you have different players that are doing different things, and now the Chicken Caw land sale is up and coming. So this is our gratitude monument. Do you know how this works, Ted?
No.
Okay, so every show we come in and we find people and we ask them what they're grateful for. And this is a kind of an underwater monument in Jenner Eos. You can see where we were earlier over there on Mount Jenner Eosity. Below the sea. Yeah, you like the number 3. So, you said something about the number 3 earlier. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to the 3rd floor. We're going to put your gratitudes up there, just because I think that would be fun. So Ted, what are you grateful for today? And you're going to be the first person. That's crazy. You're going to be the first person who actually has a gratitude on the 3rd floor.
Wow.
How exciting is that?
I like to thank M Blue for being so generous, for being extremely generous to me. That's. I like to thank M Blue and Uplift Art for giving me the inspiration to go after what I wanted, especially M Blue.
It's grateful for M Blue and Uplift Art.
Generosity.
Inspiration.
Okay.
All right. Sweet. That's all the room we have, but that fits quite well.
That's like a historical message right there.
Yeah, that's true. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for NFT gurus like Ted.
Yeah. Woo.
That show us the way.
Yes, it fits.
It just fits perfectly, actually.
That's actually my domain name. Funny thing you mentioned that. I own NFTs.guru.
I had no idea, actually. That's really funny.
I own that domain name. That's on my website. It goes to my website.
Very cool. Yeah, so this is the Uplift, and we might actually get a sunset here, actually, Ted.
Oh wow.
Or sunrise, I guess. Sorry. You can see, like, here's Generosity under the sea. There's a whole city that's been built down there by someone you might know. Like me, basically, I built it all. You can see below, right? And if you look over here, it's going to be really cool when the sun comes up over Jenner Eos.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, and this is the basic one, right? Like, this is what I don't do the shader thing really because my computer's kind of slow. When Corey is on here and other people are on here, or we see images, there's sometimes shaders, but it's fun, and we've got if you're looking to, I'm gonna give you the hard sell here, man. If you're looking to get into the world, I think now's the perfect time because the Chicken Caw auction is just a really fun thing to participate in. It's happening now in the Uplift world, and prices are pretty low for rail. I think we went 25% lower than the we went 25% lower than all of the there we go, 25% lower than all of the market rail and market prices that were on the market from other worlds. And people can come in. It's a really slick interface that the team has put together. People can come in and they can click a button. They're redirected directly to Atomic Hub, and they can bid on various land plots or rail plots. And once the auction finishes up, depending upon the time frame, in 24 hours, 48 hours, or 72 hours, for different places, they will come in and they will have the ability to develop that land that they're a part of. And the team's done something really cool. The Chicken Caw team's done something really cool because they've created this tree with a torch, and inside they've given all of the users, some basic equipment, some basic food so that they won't die, which is like really sweet and really nice. There's like a lot of different like communities and stuff. So, I mean, if you're looking personally, if you and anyone out there, if you're looking to come and experience the Uplift world, I say, just come and buy a small piece or on Chicken Caw, and because this is where the community, I think, is going to happen, right? Like where we were before is really cool. That's like,
can they open packs? Can they open packs and get the lands, or
no? So there are there are packs on the secondary market that you can. What's nice about this? I'm gonna get out of here for a minute, just because I'm getting distracted. Usually there's two of us on here, and it's much easier. Yeah. So in previous releases, that's exactly what we did. We opened packs, and then when packs were opened, people purchased 1, 3, or 10 packs, and when packs were opened, the land, gave you a key, and then you could trade in that key for the pieces of land that were randomly given, or that had connections to other of those Genesis assets. This one's a little bit different. This one, you actually get to go in and actively, you know what? I'm going to do it. Screw it. You actually get to go in and actively choose your land, and it's really cool. You want to see how it works, Ted?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let me find it. I'm going to put this. There's 2 great walkthroughs by our amazing team members. Greg and 3 other members of the Chicken Caw. And also there is one by Corey and NFT Nick that lays this out. My computer's really slow for some reason. But the site that these guys have built is absolutely amazing. So let's go show it off. And I'm going to drop in the comments here the post that has the links to all of that other stuff. So yeah, we definitely need some I would like to show Ted Robotron. I wonder if I can find it. That's going to be really difficult for me to do because I'm not the best navigator in the world. But yeah, there is a Roboton that was created by Michael at US USA.
Oh yeah.
And the inside of it is this giant like conferencing room, and it's just like brilliant. Lisa's little cafe is in there.
Oh yeah.
And
like possible to go in there right now or no? Like just publicly walk in there, or
so this is the thing, right? We're in closed beta.
Okay.
And so right now, what we have is we have a bunch of people who are in the world who have been building and developing, and we just opened up we've just opened up a couple of the worlds to other people. So I believe now, if you have access to the world, you have access to the world that you can go in and you can walk around and you can see other things in that part of the world. Yes. You need to purchase a Minecraft Java account, which I believe is probably about $20 or so. Like, that has nothing to do with us. It's just the platform that we chose to use. And the development rights are directly tied to the NFTs that you have on your land. And so depending upon the sector, I think there's 5 that are open right now. Then you'll have different developmental right privileges. For example, in the chicken caw that we were just in, you'll have to, trade or get resources in order to be able to build. In the place that we were with the giant, mountain made out of all the colors, that's a creative land, and anyone who owns land in there can just build whatever they want. They can procure blocks out of nothing. But when you move between,
I have land first, right? I need to get land, and then license, and then I can build on top of that.
Yes. And so it kind of depends on what kind of game you want to play, right? Like, a lot of projects, they just want to build something really cool that people will come and see.
So in the future, is it possible to link your location through a URL? Be like, hey, this is where my plot is. Do you want to check it out? Go to this URL. Is that possible? Or
so very possible, actually. And right now in the game, this would be a really good one for Corin to give you the guidance, because like he's like the guy who knows where everything is in the back of his mind. I don't. But right now in the game, there are a few projects actually that have QR codes up there, right? So and there's 3 in particular that I know are really interesting. There's one that you can see from the 2D map that was put in by the Boyd guys, so that links you directly to their Boyd app. There's one that was put in Chicken Caw, I believe, behind a building that procures wool. It's a giant, machine that makes wool and banners, and the QR code links to a YouTube channel that shows you how they built it.
But can you bring people to your world, to your land? So be like, hey, go to my link. Here's my Minecraft land or my Uplift world land. That's what I'm asking. So I can direct my URLs, my domain names directly to Minecraft. Can I do that? Or is that not possible?
So there's kind of 2 things here that I think anyone can go, and let me bring this screen up, okay? And then
they have to have Minecraft though, obviously, right? But
so there's a couple things that are happening, right? So I'll just pull this screen up, and this kind of shows you what I'm talking about. Now this screen is really small, as you can see, and this is basically a carbon copy of what the 2D map looks like. Now this shows, you can see maybe here, this little area with all these buildings. This is a really cool market, actually, that was built by some of the older crew that were in the Chicken Caw world. And you can go and you can walk through that market. But on the 2D map, what you see is this, right? So anyone can come and look at the 2D map, I believe, at any point in time. They don't have to be a member of the game, right?
Okay.
However, in order to get into the game, then you will have to have that operational Minecraft Java account to be able to actually come in the world and play. So there's those 2 things at play right now. There is something on the back burner that we're discussing on how to, maybe potentially bring more people into at least see builds and do things from a different avenue, which I can't really speak on right now. But we've got a lot of these different ideas, right? And so this is actually what you're looking at now. is a carbon copy of the 2D map, which will exist for all of the worlds, except this one's color coded because this is the actual auction map. And now what I really like about this is just how simple it is, right? So you can see at the top here, you have all of these different color codings, like the ones with pink, the ones with purple, and the ones with blue are 24, 48, 72 hours, and they have no bids. The ones with yellow, orange, and dark orange, they have bids. So actually, it's really intuitive in a way, right? Because you can go here and you can have a look at, if it ever loads, you can have a look at all of these kind of land pieces, and you can kind of decide from the 2D map what kind of terrain you would like to be, right? And if you have Minecraft Java, you can go and look around the world yourself as well and see kind of what's there now if you want to look on the inside. Again, if it ever loads. So you can see kind of here, like there are all these pieces like, oh, maybe I'm interested in this piece, right? So what I do is I click on this, and you can't see it, but I'm gonna
so you can actually like buy, that's how you buy the land.
yeah, you can click on this and you can see right here on this screen. Oh, it did open it up. Nice. You can see right here on this screen, you know, what the active bid is, you know, and you can place the bid if you want. You can do all of these really cool things. And that's how you interact with this map. And this is something that's completely new, right? This is something that is completely new for this release. So in answer to your question, no, you cannot buy packs. And open them and see what you get. You could potentially buy packs off the secondary market for the Genesis world or the Gratitude world, which is, but this one you actually get to go in there and you actually get to.
You actually get exactly what you want, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, bid on it, right? And so it's a really cool like mechanic that we've never done before, and I'm like super biased and really actually blown away.
What do you consider a good land to bid on? What is considered like a prime piece of land that has traffic, naturally occurring traffic, and whatever's location? What do you, if I was gonna go in there and buy something, what would you suggest?
You're really getting me in trouble here, Ted. But it's all right. It's all right. So I'll tell you exactly what I think. And you're not getting me in trouble, by the way. I just said that. Yeah. So let's go back to the basics, right? Eventually, people will get rewarded for coming in and wandering around in Wax, right?
Okay.
And maybe potentially other tokens.
Also, they're getting paid to hang out, right?
Yeah, like people will get rewards, right? And so the land or the rail that they spend time on, those people will be rewarded as well, right? So it's an attention-based, reward-based economy, right? We have we have more than 2 million wax in the rewards pool right now, and we're constantly topping that up with whatever we're doing in the market, right? So we're aiming to have this basically be a system that runs perpetually and can always be rewarding people in essentially microtransactions of wax for coming in and playing, right? So as Esther says, good neighbors, good builds, and more traffic for everyone, especially in Chicken Caw, really rings true, right? You're actually going to get rewarded for taking the rail. So people are probably going to want to use the rail a lot. And so those rail plots are probably going to be, right now, the market is valuing them as more in the other worlds as the land plots, right? So I think it really depends on what you want to do, right? If you go into the game, you can see some really cool stuff. Like this, let's see if we can pull it up here. That article that I dropped earlier, there was a great, I think it actually might have been Zestra, correct me if I'm wrong. because I might have this wrong, but that article that was dropped earlier has at the bottom of it this market area, and this market area isn't for sale, but like what they've done with the market area is they've created this chicken call market, right? In the center of the world where the spawn is, there's the central station, and you can see all of the. We were traveling down the rail tracks before when we were on that, so that's like one rail plot when we were in the world, and that rail right now, I think if there's no bids on it, it's going for 2,900 wax.
Okay.
And if there are bids on it, it's going for more. So where people seem to be gravitating towards are those two main lines that run out from the central, especially the north-south line seems to be really big. The one from the central area down to the central box. Okay, thank you, Zestra. I get you guys confused because you're all such awesome builders. Yeah, and so what people are focused on is like where the traffic's going to be for rails, right? I'm not really sure what they're focused on for the land itself, because different people will have different ideas. So some people are focused on size. It kind of seems. Some people are focused on proximity. So you can see like the way that it's laid out, these purple squares at the bottom and at the top, these are pretty much all of the land plots that are available for people. And as you can see, the orange ones are kind of taken, they're bid on, but there's a lot of purple in the mix there as well, right? And so there's different plots with like different kinds of resources or in different places. Like there are some plots that are like entirely encompassed by water. Sorry, this map's a little bit complicated on my computer because for some reason it doesn't want to do what I want it to do, and it causes a problem. Here's the central area, the central kind of hub, I believe, on the main map. This is the center, of kind of the network, and you can see like all of these yellow ones all down this rail line. They've all got bids, right? And none of this land here is for sale at this time. And over here as well, this is Schiphol. You can see this big black area. They've got some pretty big plans for Schiphol. I don't know what it is, but it involves Schiphol memes, as well as Schipholtopia, and probably that's all I can say because I'm not really sure what information they've released to the public, so I don't want to be the ones to spill the beans. But I know that there's a lot of people buying up things around there, and the you can see these are desert plots, so they're going to have different resources from these tree-based plots. It really is going to depend on what your game plan is, right? And all of these things are different sizes, right? So like these are huge plots, but they're desert, right? And maybe somebody wants a flat desert, right? Like this is a huge plot here that nobody's bid on, but it's a survival world, and maybe people are thinking, oh, this is going to be difficult because there's like a lot of water and people want land. So I mean, in answer to your question, Ted, I'm not really exactly sure. I think it's really up to you yourself or the player, individual player or person who's wanting to make that bid. I know some people are trying to get like a bunch of rail plots in a row or a bunch of like adjacent land pieces side by side. I know some people are trying to get plots close to the city center or like close to some of the builds that are already there. There's a Haitian roots school there that is a replica of what's going to be built in the real world in Haiti, as far as I understand it, built by Greg and a few of the CK7 people. So there's a lot of interest around that area for people who want to support that cause.
What if you wanted to show off a bunch of NFTs? What if you wanted, like, look, here's my NFT collection. I got all this stuff, and can you do that?
Yep. So there's I love how this turned from an interview of you into an interview of me. Really put me on the spot there, and I got to make sure I'm giving out the correct information. So thanks for this test, Ted. That's great. So there's a couple in the Genesis server where we were with the big mountain. There's a couple areas. Boyd, I believe they have like a gallery for uplift art. Also in the original world, which is where the cathedral is, which is where the service is held on Sunday every week, the gratitude service with the community. There's also an art district there. There'll be there's a legend art district with some pretty cool stuff underground. There's the Blue Room, which is a mix of art and NFTs that have been placed on the walls, like you can actually see them. There is going to be the ability for you to be able to put in-game images up there. It'll probably come with we'll probably give everyone 1 or 2 free, but it'll probably come with like a cost. There'll be actually dedicated people in the world that will be going around and doing that. There'll be dedicated people in the world that will be going around and creating murals and probably building buildings for people as well. There's going to be a whole in-game economy based off of this. So I'm not exactly sure of the way that the Chicken Caw, mayor of Chicken Caw, our good friend Greg, has structured all of this. And I'm not sure which ones are going to tie into, other worlds or what's going to be specifically, Chicken Caw. But I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to have a display somewhere and be able to display some of these.
Really nice.
Yeah. Really nice. And I mean, that's the thing. We've got plans to have events similar to what Decentraland has. There's going to be all of these different things, right? Lisa pointed this out, and actually, thank you, Lisa, for pointing that out, because that's a much better idea. Lisa pointed out that we should get Michael USA on the show, and he can give you a Roboton tour. I mean, if you've got time, sure. Do you want to hang out and see Robotron?
Yeah. Okay,
let's do it. I'm supposed to go to another meeting, but I guess I'm not going to do that because I'm having fun doing this. So let me pull up that link and I'll send it to Michael. And if he wants to come on and give you a tour, that would be good. It'll save me because I'm really struggling here with my outdated computer and all this crazy stuff. But there's going to be a bunch of different things that you can do. And I think it's really going to depend on what you want to do, right? We're planning this art sector. David's interested in the Robotron tour. Okay, guys, I'm coming. I'll get somebody who knows what they're doing. Not really, but Michael is one of our favorite people, so it'll be great to have him jump in, and he knows the history of how it was built and things like that. So that would be good. But there'll be display things. You can have events. There's going to be ways that you can actually bury QR codes. It happened with one of our events before where people can do claim links, right? So you can give NFTs away. Projects, there'll probably be NFTs embedded into various lands on various projects in various worlds, where people can punch box, get NFT type of thing. The possibilities for this are actually endless, Ted. And I'm not exactly sure, what's going to come when and where, but there's going to be different sectors that have different things that involve different mechanics. Some of them yet to be released to the public. Some of them yet to be figured out by the team.
But I think is it possible for the exchange of Trillium for items and you go into the world and you're I have wax, I get this. I have Trillium, I have this. I have Ether, I can get this. Is that already built into to these people's lands already? Do they have that capability of buying stuff with Ether, wax, and Trillium, or that's
no. So no. The answer to that question right now is no. They're actually the in-game economy. Hi, Michael. The in-game economy hasn't been plugged in yet anywhere. It's coming very soon. Very soon. See, Nick, I can do it. it's coming, very, very, very soon. We can't give you an exact date on that. The in-world economy is going to be interesting to see how it all operates and how it all works. Right now, there are people like Michael who are, contracting out services to other people that are being paid out of world or off world potentially, right? There are deals that are happening where people are trading in-game resources for, NFTs from their personalized collections. So all of that is available, but it's just not available within the game, right? And I don't have an answer to if or when it might be. That's the official response. So, hey, Michael, I'm really happy that you're here. How are you, mate?
I'm doing good, man. Like I say, I was just, sitting around playing Minecraft. So sure, why not? Let's hop on a call.
I mean, yeah, why don't, thank you, Lisa, for hooking that up. Cause I'm like a lost, I'm going to be your pet now because I'll be seriously indebted to you. I can fly around the world a little bit. I can find my own stuff, but don't ask me to find Robotron. I don't know how to do that. Do you want me to just go, or and I don't I shut mine down, or do you want to share your screen, which is better?
Well, so I'm joined in from my phone, so I can't share my screen, although I can. I'm in the world trying to get over there and find the coordinates because without the 2D map, I'm lost on the coordinates. But
oh yeah, see, that's my problem as well. I mean, we could try to. I know it's close to Jenner EOS, so maybe we could try to fly over.
Yeah, and that's what I'm heading back to my plot. Because that's how I don't know. I can't teleport, obviously, so I just know how to fly everything. So I'm just going this way or the other way.
You were supposed to be here to save me, and that's not working out so well there, Michael.
I can get you some information about it, but I can't. I'm not an op, so I can only do so much. Wow, it's crazy to see what we're building.
It's okay. I'll pull it up and bring it back in. So, but yeah, I think, yeah. Do you have any other questions that I can maybe not answer there, Ted? Because I hope I'm giving you sufficient answers.
Yeah, I think you answered most of the questions I have about the project. So, I'm probably gonna pick up a land stand and figure this out. So I want to do stuff and show off my NFTs and stuff. So I can do it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some cool stuff happening in all of the worlds, but I think you kind of got to decide what you want to pick up and what you want to do. But I just think having just even a small 50 by 50, if you've never played the game before in Chicken Cob, will be cool. And I don't think we're gonna sell out. There's 72-hour auction, so some of this stuff. I mean, some whale could come in and pick up all the empty plots, but I think people are worried. What happens if it doesn't sell out? Well, if it doesn't sell out, then it doesn't sell out, and we just take them off the market, and the people who are there get to building, and maybe we do it again some other time for probably more money. I don't know. But it's kind of
I think the game will develop. I did finally find my way to Robotron, so I can give you coordinates, or you can't teleport, right?
Yeah, I can teleport myself. So if you give me the coordinates, then I'll teleport over there. But I got to
teleport to EOS USA, and you should be able to jump straight in.
Yeah, that's true. But I got to wait for my game to reload as well. I really gotta get a new computer so that I can play and
I got a new computer. I said the same thing, and so they granted my petition. So they got me a new laptop. I had it for 3 days and killed it to the point it would no longer boot. Still had to come out, completely rip the motherboard out, and replace the entire guts inside of it. So I mean, everything I touch is on fire. I swear.
Yeah. Have you guys met before?
Ted? Yeah, we know each other. We've been hanging out for.
My name is Ted. No, I know him for the longest time. He's probably one of the first people I ever met.
Yeah, we Alien World's OGs, I guess you would call it. So
yeah,
we've been around since the beginning.
Yeah, from the very start.
I don't know what I don't know what the opposite of I'm sorry for your loss would be, but I'm sorry, Ted. I'm sorry.
Well, we can't talk about that, but yeah, it's we've shared many.
I mean, I'm sorry that you've known Michael for a long time.
Oh, well, that's true. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise.
Let me see. Is this ready? I believe it is. Okay, so I'm in Chicken Con now still. So we can have one more gander there. Because it's daytime instead of nighttime.
It's actually just started. Yeah, I think the sun's setting over here, and Robotron's eyes are starting to light up.
Oh, nice. Okay, well, we can do that. But yeah, but this is Chicken Ka again. We're like I said before, we're on the tracks, and that's cool. And let's teleport to.
I guess you're gonna have to come over to Genesis first, and then you can probably bounce to me because we're not on the same server.
Yeah, I got it. There we go, and done. And next,
Jimmy joined the game.
You're running really slow. You're running slower than me.
The video stream I see is lagged. I saw you come up on the game before.
What's your
EOS USA? I'm real creative.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Michael or if it was you, I should say. There we go. All right, got it.
All right. So I don't know, you probably got to spin around. You should be able to see it. All lit up. Oh, it's still rendering. Man, you need a new computer, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, here we go. There we go. We got it. Yeah. So there you go, Ted. This is all creative. Michael's baby in a way. You've got the right here.
So the idea was that I tried to figure out, what would it take to sculpt something in Minecraft, because we were doing the building services. So I picked Robotron, had the Alien Worlds land, and the general concept was kind of a big welcome center where you come into it. It would garner attention and come in and learn about many different aspects of the game and the metaverse, and then throughout their plot actually be somewhat of a immersive experience to have representations of the planets and maybe take them through different pieces of the lore and stuff like that. So yeah, so the first thing is you'll notice as we were on the rail there, when you're just riding down the rail, you'll all of a sudden see this massive Robotron sculpture. So the whole point was to get your attention and what in the world is that? So even in dark, as you saw, the eyes light up and it's close enough to the rail that it renders for everybody. So like I say, a little bit of marketing aspect, but the whole idea is that, once you come in here, well, what is Alien Worlds? All right, so now we get the chance to kind of lay that out. So,
well, and just a sec, just one more thing, like something I think that it really needs to point out, like if you haven't figured out how smart Michael is, like you probably should, because he is pretty smart, despite what a hard time we give him. But Ted, Michael has never played Minecraft before building like in this world with us. Like, so like this is like, it looks like it's like
about a week after I started playing Minecraft. The first thing I built was a big ass roller coaster, and then like I said, all right, let's try a bigger challenge. So then I built this. So
yeah, and I mean, I personally can't do this, but like, it can be done. So for all of you naysayers out there that are like, I don't know how to build stuff. Well, I mean,
what I say is it's like MS Paint and Legos combined. So you can do anything. So the idea kind of, just to give you a little bit of a run through of it. So obviously you've got this kind of big, courtyard in the middle. As you see, there's a ticket booth. So we're trying to kind of basically, direct people into the different path, and information that they can learn and assimilate. And maybe even when we get blockchain integration, you'll be able to get like an NFT to, hey, I was here, I rode the trolley, I did whatever. So kind of got this open courtyard area here. Go ahead.
I'm not going to punch the sign because I might break it.
It doesn't really do anything at this point, but you get the general concept is, hey, you go up to the ticket booth, you can punch the sign, get the information. So Jimmy's already taken off. So over there is going to kind of be the train station that sends you out throughout the parks and through some of the different paths to be able to, basically ride a trolley like in Disney World and be able to see different areas and stop and get off and, get immersed as well. First, let's head over here to the other side. So this is one of the first things I really kind of built out was, I had this big, massive open area. So what's the best use of it? Well, and Ted might appreciate this. So the idea was that this whole wing over here is basically split up into little office spaces that the different alliances, factions, whatever you call them, they can have their own little representation and be able to provide links, provide info about them, things like that. So the first one I started off with right here on the corner, as you'll notice, there's a little Cabal office here.
Oh.
So got like a little small badge, and so some websites that talk about, we give away NFTs and some of the websites for them. And like I say, just kind of a general office layout, like if you wanted to have a meeting or a conference room or whatever. But the whole idea is that, number one, it gives each of the factions kind of a place to in this world get their information out, because that's a big piece of the game, in my opinion. All the different sub games and groups and stuff, communities, and then it also kind of shows what you can do in the world. Yes, you can build like this big art, you can make it real pretty, but you can actually make it like a functional world. I consider this almost like a mall. I call it the mall layout, where you've kind of got all these little stores, and you can have all different configurations, but basically little pods of information. So we use it for factions, but really anybody can use it for anything. It looks like he made it up to the EOS USA Games penthouse up there. Oh, no. Yeah. No, you're still downstairs.
No, I didn't go yet. I waited for you.
I was looking at your screen up here.
But think I'm going to go to the penthouse without you? Come on. And
yeah. Right. There's no bed up there. So you'll be sadly disappointed. But basically, you see, all these are empty right now, but all the different factions can have their own little space inside the bigger space to kind of provide their information and promos, and whenever we can embed NFTs and maybe even show some of that. So
that'd be nice. Yeah.
So like I say, well, we won't here. Let's jump over the wall and we'll go up, because that's kind of the next thing. So come out here. And you can run up the stairs if you want to, but if you look, there's actually stairs that go all the way up the top. And so I'm just going to fly because I'm lazy. But this is up into the head. Come up. Just go straight up. Oh, you're not in creative. There's stairs. You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, it's just causing me complications.
But if you look up, you'll notice you're in the body of Robotron right now, but there's a big hollow head up there. So my thought was, well, what do you do with that? So if you come up here, obviously it's not fully built out because the feature's not there. But the idea was that some of the big key NFTs can be on display as you work your way up here. There's an observation deck. And as you come up the stairs, you'd be able to see all the different NFTs that showcase ones, we'll say.
I really like this stairway, actually. It's really cool.
Yeah, well, like I say, if you're a survival man, yeah, there's a lot of stairs. But so the idea is that as you're coming up, you're getting to see all the different NFTs or whatever, in Alien World.
I'm actually enjoying walking up that, because that kind of proves the whole point about like what the gameplay will offer, right? Like, not like a lot of this would be really difficult to build in a survival server. Like these sea lanterns are like these little glowing lanterns. They're going to be really hard to come by in like a place like Chicken Caw. However, like wooden steps, all of these resources, stuff like this, Ted, you can
come back over this way to the first observation deck, the big one that we just ran past.
All right.
Yes, sir. But yeah, like I say, is that the gameplay of people running up and down and running around, that's actually part of the game. So the idea here is that, I had this big, massive open head here. So I made it an observation deck, and it really worked out well to kind of be a panoramic view. Imagine this being the park, right? So you'll be able to look out there. You'll see all the different, hopefully the planets, that are kind of up there, and then the different areas scattered throughout the land and water to kind of, further immerse you into that respective topic. Make sense? And then, of course, you notice back there, I had to go straight up marketing. Is that, well, if people are going to be standing right here, and I don't know if you remember, but we did the selfie challenge. Remember, y'all had the selfie, get in and take a selfie. So this was one of the selfie spots, and so everybody got to take a selfie right here. And guess what's in the background? Play.alien.world.io. So marketing. That's
there you go. That's what you see. You want a selfie?
So,
let's do it.
Oh, hold on. I'll get in there.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one it is. Do you know which F it is? There we go. Oh, I know actually.
F2, I think, is screenshot. Ah, there we go. I was still flying.
Did I get it?
I don't know. I think so.
I do too.
Anyway, so you get the general idea, and so, but obviously we don't have the NFT images embedded just yet. But the idea was that there'll be a big picture of Atoshi, whatever his name is. Maybe some of the big. I know. Ted would vote for the AI excavators to be up on the wall there.
Yeah.
The idea is to kind of use this as a little bit of a gallery. So as you're working your way up, and maybe there's some gamification to it. Hey, make your way to the top, you get a special NFT. But along the way, you get to exemplify. It's like an art gallery of your NFTs. Is the thought. So.
Yeah.
Can I just say, sorry, go ahead, Ted.
If JR can show off all the lands, can you imagine 187 lands it is now?
Yeah, there's 3,343 total lands. So yeah, all of them have possibility and potential. We'll see what all we can work up. But I'd say from this one's the community plot. This one's kind of one of the plots in a big uplift world. So you're just like any other marketing campaign or anything like that. You're hustling for eyes. You're hustling for exposure of anything. We're seeing all sorts of different projects.
What I would do in these worlds though is run around and open packs. So is there a pack store somewhere around here?
We don't. You could probably set up something that resembled that.
We're working on some ideas on that. Obviously, bridging to the blockchain's the first thing. Punching a sign and having something happen on the chain. But yeah, anything's possible whenever that's the case. And working on trying to come up with some of those ideas about because it's not just games, it's not just NFT artists. There's real world businesses that Minecraft has millions and millions of players. The blockchain NFT space is the buzzword. Everybody kind of wants to get in. So that's what EOS USA Games is kind of helping to step in. We do the nerd stuff, so y'all don't have to.
Hey, is it this one, right? I can jump off of here and land in the water? No, not this one. This one. I want to do that.
Yeah. Basically, right towards the back, you should be able to hit the water.
Yeah. But you did an awesome job on this, Michael. So I just want to, play.
Thank you. Like I say, that was kind of an interesting first build. It was, just kind of a modeling experiment, and just trying to gauge the idea of, okay, so as I go to these businesses, what is a real world expectation? I'd love to get $1 million to build Robotron. Nobody's going to pay for that, but obviously. That cost me more than $100 worth of my time. It took some effort, right? So just try to find a nice little balance in there and actually just kind of meeting and finalizing some of the final plans for what to finish building out, the rest of the park. And now that people are starting to flood in and build their things. So.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, you can jump by it. It basically just goes across a underwater tunnel and then bounces back. But the idea was just to show it was going to be a trolley that rode out there, kind of a proof of concept. For the record, I guess if anybody's watching, the rough coordinates are 4,100, 11. 50, maybe 1,200. I can't tell exactly. But that'll get you close on Genesis. So happy to have you come and check it out. even happier once rewards and stuff, and then we both get paid for it.
Yeah, so once the reward plugin goes, it'll be pretty cool. But this is like, a small comparison to the roller coaster that Michael built.
It's actually not too far. I mean, our plots are catty corner, so I mean, if you're begging for content, you can go ride the roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm not begging for content, man. So I probably have to sleep at some point, to be honest. But yeah, honestly, thank you for coming, because like that was a cool tour, and I don't know if we've ever done that before in this capacity.
Yeah, well, like I say, we're also trying to get a little bit more interaction and information about all the builders and different plots. I mean, as this community builds out, fleshes out, yeah, it's cool to do a tour with somebody who built it or has the vision or whatever. So hoping to do more of that. And
don't tell Michael that I replaced a random block of brick with cobblestone. Sorry.
It'll be immortalized. We'll leave it there. We'll make a shrine out of it.
Well, I'll fix it. But yeah. Do you have any questions for Michael there, Ted, about this or for me or anything? Like, I mean, you can see the potential, right? Like you said, the
I just want to do what I normally do every day, is trade and buy packs. And if I can go in there and then get unique packs and trade and do whatever I want.
Well, here's what I would say, that at least on some of our plots, one of the things we're thinking about doing and trying to promote is using Minecraft to disseminate that information. So you would go into the Alien World Center and learn about all the current drops that are going on. You would maybe come over to EOS USA Games Land and see the different projects we're working with and different promos and things that they're doing. So by the way, you might get paid to play Minecraft while you're doing it, and you see some cool stuff in between the plots. So it's kind of a win-win across it, but it's the new digital world.
Yeah.
So, like I say, it's going to be interesting to see how it kind of develops, and yes, how it plays into yours that's where maybe you'll learn about some of your airdrops. You'll run around and go see the billboards about what's Crypto Monkeys dropping this month, or ultra rare, or whatever. A lot of those big projects that you know and love, have accounts of NFT vending or art vending machine. Yeah, art vending machine, right? Yeah. That they have a plot over on the survival map, but I mean, they'll probably do something along that line, is to be able to learn some about their stuff. But the different projects around the system are definitely going to start, hopefully, and we're there to help, kind of bridging a lot of that information into this world to expose it. And
that's actually pretty important, is that you're saying that, because if it's like the main place, like one place you can go to discover stuff, or just walk around and discover new NFT packs and stuff like that. It's really interesting, because I instead of just browsing on Atomic Hub, just go on the.
I like I say, as I look around, I mean, all the drops and all the projects that I see on Atomic Hub, it's funny. I mean, I know them probably closer now just through the Minecraft Uplift community, because we all have our own little plots and we've all started, doing whatever. And so, it's a great place to kind of coagulate all of the projects together and give an immersive world.
That's what's crazy about it. Yeah,
so I say, I was talking to somebody, why would you pay to build Minecraft or do anything or advertise for Minecraft? I mean, why would you pay to put a picture 80 feet up in the air that you drive by at 75 miles an hour once a day? Marketing is all about touch points and getting their attention, and not everything is one-to-one, but enough of them add up. Well, you're talking about a whole new world. They're bringing people in by paying to play. That's the play to earn type of, that's the end thing. And then it's such an existing base. You're not having to learn a new game. These are millions of people. Some of these that it has been their entire generation. That is all they've done all their life is play Minecraft.
Wow.
And I mean, like the where we're standing right now. actually.
On a rail.
We're standing in the middle of Swineland, and Swineland is the Our Planet dedicated server. So that's coming as well very soon. So we've got we've got all of these really interesting collaborations, and Swinelands will be basically allow people who have NFT packs from, I believe, NFT packs from Our Planet, land in Our Planet, to have complimentary land with an upgrade potential in this Swineland Uplift server. So I don't know. I know, Ted, you're a big Our Planet fan, right? So basically, if you have Our Planet land, then there's the potential that you can use some of that Aether to upgrade and get a plot in Swineland itself.
Yeah.
It's dedicated to
a whole
So
bunch
just
of
having the Our Planet lands is enough, I guess.
Sorry?
Just having the Our Planet lands, they're expensive though.
Yeah, so I don't know, but like I'm just assuming that you own everything, so so yeah. But like yeah, I mean, like it's cool. I'm gonna try to do one more thing while we have you on the line, because I think that would be cool. But yeah, like I mean, as the dude who loves NFTs, I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's pretty cool. Like we have I wish Corey was here because he knows all the coordinates, but we'll have to, like I said, we'll have you come on again, and I think showcase maybe some NFTs in the Uplift world, because I'm not usually the one who gives the tours. It's other people. And I mean, I'm going to try to show you the video. I'll put it on the screen.
Sorry, I'm going through the first chicken cow auctions all ended, and I think I won. I don't know what I won.
The first one's ended?
The first round of auctions for, I don't know, the pink plots on the chicken cow map.
Oh yeah, I guess it was like 1:09, right? That's
right. 12 p.m. I think is where ours is. I don't know. It's ended, and I got a bunch of green bars that say I won. Yay! I don't even know.
Nice. That's sweet.
What do you want?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention because I was on here with you guys. That you made me miss the last finale of that, Michael.
Do you know how many drops that I get burned on because these unicorns? Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I had my eye on a piece that I was going to put a finalized bid on, but I didn't get to do it. So that's all right. I'm okay with that. Where am I lost here? Here we are.
Japan, I think.
Yeah, I'm lost in Japan. So. But yeah, that's probably the best tour that I've ever had of Robotron, to be honest, because it was kind of good. There's been other tours out there, but I think it's pretty sweet what's going to happen, and I think it's pretty sweet that you're interested even in Uplift art and now the Uplift world. But I'm just, like I said at the beginning of the show, I was super happy that like you tried really hard to get what you wanted to get, and you got rewarded something for that effort before you got it. And then being the stand-up guy that you are, you decided, I'm going to go and I'm going to get more. So I really like that. I think that's awesome.
Stand-up guy that you are. Yes. Well, we don't talk about all of the details of that because we don't want to get in trouble. But yes, Ted has I don't know, a borderline addiction. I mean, a great talent. Yeah, he's also he's great for peer pressure too. He's peer pressured me into a couple things. Come on, yeah. You should do it. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, but I think we're gonna wrap it up. It's been an hour and a half. I should get some sleep. Michael, we'll always have you on again soon. But yeah, Ted, I'd really like to have you on again some other time, and maybe even throw you in. Like, I think maybe doing now that I know a little bit more about you, maybe doing like an NFT DGen panel would be really cool. We can talk about like what gets people excited, and how you battle your addiction.
You got to be careful talking about those markets.
Yep.
So, but yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in at this weird hour.
It's lunch for most of us, so
yeah. Well, I mean, a weird hour off base for our show. So, but yeah, we're gonna check y'all out tomorrow. We'll be back with our regular scheduled programming. And thanks. Go play around in Chicken Caw. Go check out the Uplift. Go browse some of the old assets that might be available on secondary markets in Uplift Art and some other places. Because as Ted informed us early in the show, this is early days, and like a lot of projects are sitting in this, especially wax space, that are probably quite undervalued. Not financial advice, I mean, because I don't do that, but you're proper to do whatever you want to do. And here's the thing: things that have value because people like them. So if you like something, there's a good chance that other people are going to like it too. So why not get involved? That's kind of what I think personally.